Elaine from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. And this is what we'll be working on today. Hi everybody, it is your baby boomer Kitty Lane. And how are you on this beautiful Monday? So as you saw in the picture, you saw a cute little square that is done with what I call the quilted half double crochet, and this is what our swatch is going to look like. So to learn this stitch, you can use any yarn and any size hook. I'm going to be using Mainstay in the colorway of green. It's a 4 worsted weight, and I'm going to be using an 8.0 hook. So that you can see these beautiful stitches. Forgive my hair. So, I'll give you a moment to gather your materials. Hook, yarn, and I'll meet you down here on the table. See you soon. Okay guys, we're back. I am going to tilt my screen so that you can see us actually working. Alright. Get the wrinkles out my shirt. Alright. So, first we're going to start with our slip stitch. Okay. And those of you who know me by now know that I absolutely love starting with the foundation chain or the foundation row. This stitch is all half double crochet, so your starting row all the way through the end will be half double crochets. If you prefer starting with the chain row, that is absolutely fine. Just make sure you chain one more than the number of stitches you want. What we're going to do a little small swatch like the one I showed you, and we're going to use 12 half double crochets. So we're going to chain 2, yarn over, go in the back bump of the first chain, yarn over and pull through that bump, leaving 3 on our hook, yarn over, pull through 1 to create a chain, yarn over and pull through the remaining 3, which is our first half double crochet. To repeat, yarn over, go under that first chain that we just created. Make sure to only pick up 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through those 2. And we're going to create another chain. So we're going to yarn over and pull through 1, and then our half double crochet. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So we have 2. We're going to complete this until we have 12 half double crochets. And while we're doing this, I would like to thank all of my subscribers, all of my viewers, all of those who just pop in and check out and see what I'm doing. I appreciate it. I do ask that you hit that like button. Please share my videos. I love it when new people come in and they can decide whether or not they want to subscribe. When you do subscribe, you see that notification button. Please make sure you hit the one that has the dimples so that you'll always be aware when I drop fresh content. I would like to thank everybody who has been gracious enough to leave me comments. I really, really, really do appreciate the comments. I do read and respond to all comments, even if it's just a thumbs up and or a heart. But most of them I do reply with words. Okay, after this one we'll do a count to see how many we have. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. One more. That was close. Alright, so now we have 12 half double crochets. Okay? And that is our foundation row. This is a 1 row repeat, but we have to build to get to that row. So, chain 1, turn your work. Okay, here's where it starts getting to be fun. As your work faces you, if you turn your stitches to the top, you'll see the half double crochets have 3 components. Trying to find something to point these out with. I should have had all this together. I apologize. But this is going to be the furthest loop away from you. And then the middle one I'll be referring to as your top. And then this one right here, which will be, as it's facing you, your front loop. So that is your back loop, your top loop, and your front loop. So now we're going to turn our work to us. And what we're going to do, in the very first one, we're going to put a regular half double crochet. That will go under the top loop and the back loop together. Okay? Now, for the next stitch, you're going to go under the front loop and top loop of the second half double crochet. It's almost like laying your work to the side and sliding it under. Yarn over, pull through, and complete your half double crochet. Okay? So you'll see here where your stitch came all the way down, but here you leave a ridge because you're not going under that back loop. You're going to go under your front loop and your top loop. So complete that down to your next to last stitch. I don't want you to finish it out. Okay, my stitch is twisted. There we go. Okay, now that we've gotten to the last stitch, when you look at this one, you still have the 3 components. It looks real easy to go into the front loop and the top loop. That's not what you want to do. You're going to turn your work slightly backwards to you, and you're going in your top loop and your back loop here. And I'm going to carry my tail, so I'm going to work it in along the side. And then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work back to you. Okay? So this is what the now back of your work is going to look like. The side that's facing you will look like this. See, you got a nice little ridge here. This ridge is essential. Okay, let's make our first stitch. You're going to start each row and in each row with a regular half double crochet. So do your half double crochet. Now for this one, pull this out so you can see what I'm doing. You see how everything lines up here? Lines up. Okay, you're going to insert your hook under this one. You're going to skip that front loop and you're going to go under the top loop when you make your half double crochets. If you did 12 in your next 10 stitches. Okay? If you're making a swatch the size of mine, you did 12 half double crochets. Your first is a half double crochet, and then you're going to go under your lower loop and your top loop. And you're going to do that for the next 10 stitches. And I'm going to do it with you. You don't want to grab that back loop, so make sure that you're only going in the lower loop and the top middle loop. You're going to skip that front loop. It kind of crunches that stitch and brings it down to make it kind of thick feeling or quilted. Is this a yarn eater? Most definitely. Okay, now in your last stitch, don't forget to kind of roll it back because you want to go right under these two. This V here. You want to go right under there. Okay? Yarn over and pull through it. And now you have completed 2 rows. 3 rows. Woo! See what happens when you're over 60? Then chain and turn your work. Now this is what your back looks like. And that's how your back is going to look throughout. This is going to now be your front. Now when you turn your work, again, as always, a regular half double crochet in the first. Now, I told you this was a 1 row repeat. What are we going to do here? Yep, we're going to go under this lower loop and the top middle. See, I'm not doing this back loop. I'm going under the top middle. Those two, and you're going to work that down for 10 stitches. And when you get to your last one, it's a regular half double crochet. Don't forget to lean your work kind of back to you so you can get the proper 2 loops. Okay. And like I told you, all your backs are going to look just like this. And now we're getting to the point where your front is going to start looking like that too. See how this is working out? Okay. So I'm going to let you work up a few more rows. I'm going to do probably about 4 more rows. And I will meet you back here. And I'll show you how to close it off. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm going to work this next to last row. And I'm going to show you about midway. What happens if you go under both your top and back loop. You see here where you have your ridge development, and then you don't have it if you go under that back loop. You erase it at that point. So you want to make sure that you're only going under that front loop and the top middle loop, or the top loop. Okay, now that we are coming to the end of our row, don't forget to roll it forward so that you can see your stitch. And then you're going to chain one and turn your work. And do your half double crochet. Now, to close this stitch off, because it kind of looks like the top of a pocket opening here, and you want to get rid of that. So what I just showed you as to how you could tell the difference is actually how you close the top of this off. You go under that lower loop and into your top and back loops. Pull through all three. Go under the lower loop and then under the top and back loop. Pull through, yo, and pull through. Yo, and pull through. Yo, and pull through. Basically, you are skipping that front loop. You're going into the lower, skipping the front, and then going into the top and back. And that is how you're making that half double crochet. You really don't alter the stitch itself at all. It's just that extra padding that you're putting in there. And then your regular half double crochet at the end. Tie off your work, and you got a cute little swatch. See there? That wasn't hard, and it's nice and plushy. It's, of course, the smaller your hook is, the less you'll be able to see through it, and you really can't. It's not like really see through here, you know. This one, for instance, that I did, you're not seeing through that. And this was done with a 5.0. This one was done with a 5.0 and H hook. So you can see the difference in the tension, but it's still a really beautiful stitch either way. It's a really beautiful stitch. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please let me know by thumbs if you liked it or not. If there's anything I can do to make anything any different or better for you, please let me know in the comments. If you have any reason to have to go back, feel free. Go back and look at it, slow it down, rewind it, whatever you need to do. Look at it all over again. Tell your friends. Please share. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave comments. And also, don't forget to check out my ASL videos as well. I am teaching 2 to 3 words along with an alphabet, and then at the end of so many, I give a little I give a little quiz, and it's just a quiz to assess where you are. It's not for anybody else. It's personal growth. So don't forget those things. I will be seeing you soon on these YouTube streets. Don't forget that self-love and how important it is, because it is the greatest love of all. You can't love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And you deserve the best. Kitty told you. Do not settle for less. Okay? Until we meet again on these YouTube streets. Bye. Peace.